Welcome back to Triple Goddess Soapery. My name is Angela, and today we are going to be talking about my first quarter sales and just business in general for 2024. You may have seen a video that I released, I want to say towards the end of January, where I went through my list of goals for my business for 2024, and I thought it might be interesting to take a look at where I am so far for the first quarter and go through my goals and talk about it. I don't know how long this video is going to be, so if you make it to the end, congratulations, I'm very proud of you. And if you find this interesting and you have any questions or any comments or anything that you'd like more details on, please feel free to ask in the comments below. And I will link somewhere here in the cards, I hope, that video where I went through all of my goals in more detail. So, to get started, one of the things that I wanted to do for 2024 was to increase my wholesale presence. And I think I said in that video that I sent out a bunch of emails to companies and businesses in my local area that I thought would be a good fit for my brand. And I really didn't get a whole lot of traction with that. I have reached wholesale customers successfully that way, but this time around, I mean, it could just be because it was January and it's the leanest time of the year as far as business goes, but I didn't hear a lot back. But I did have someone reach out on Instagram last month wanting to buy shower steamers and soaps from me in bulk. And that was amazing. It's a company called the Comox Box. They are out of Comox, BC, here on Vancouver Island, and they do curated gift boxes, and they're absolutely beautiful. So I'm really happy to be a part of that and to have my products going out in their boxes. So that's very exciting. And I actually have an order shipping out to them tomorrow of more shower steamers. So it's their second order. So again, very exciting. And that is just one more step towards increasing my wholesale presence that I have been successful with in my first quarter. Another thing, then one of the other things that I was really wanted to focus on was reducing my frivolous spending. Like I found that in my first 18 months or so, 18 months, year or so anyway, I was just buying everything and anything. If I wanted a, ooh, that looks like a fun oil, let's buy that. Ooh, that looks like a fun ingredient or an additive, let's buy that. And every time I got a new idea or saw something online that I liked, I was, going and buying it, or I was buying soap molds, or just so much spending, stuff that just didn't need to be spent. And I mean, I still have corn silk and Tessa silk fibers, bags that I've never opened that I bought last year that are just sitting on the shelf waiting for me to try them in my soaps. So, yeah, that was one thing I wanted to curb. And I am happy to say that I have. So, I have in front of me right now my comparative income statement for the first quarter comparing 2024 to 2023. And my spending for my just general and administrative stuff, which is like, it's not my raw materials, but it is all of the, soap molds and just random crap. Now, it doesn't have everything in there because again, the packaging is sitting on the balance sheet and inventory. But my total spending for advertising, business, licenses, dues, events, registrations, professional development, office supplies, shop supplies, etc. in 2023 for the first quarter was $3,300 and change. For my first quarter of 2024, it's 1,063. So I have decreased what I consider to be somewhat frivolous spending by 68%, 67.95%. So that's amazing. I'm really happy with that. I really did rein in the spending because, like, things like when I look here, the shop supplies is really where a lot of the spending, shop supplies and advertising, is where I spent money that didn't need to be spent. Now, part of the advertising last year would have been my website because I paid for 2 years, but like a lot of the shop supplies, last year it was $1,500 of shop supplies in the first 3 months, and this year it's 647. So yeah. So very happy with that. Cutting back on the frivolous spending, only buying what I need to buy, not jumping on every new trend and packaging idea and new product idea that I see. I'm really trying to control myself on that. Now, something else that I wanted to do was I wanted to increase um, my markets, do more markets this year. So for the entirety of 2023, I did 10 in-person events. So far this year, I have been accepted to, let me count. I should have written this down because I was looking at my numbers the other night. So I did a market in February and March. I have one in May, one in June. So far, one in July, one in August, one in September, two in October, one in November, and then I'm fairly certain I'll have one in December like I always do. So that's 11. And on top of that, I've also applied for at least 6 more markets. So in total, that's potentially 17 in-person events that I will be doing in 2024 compared to 10 in 2023. So I'm really stepping up my game here and getting out there more markets because more markets means more sales. And that leads into the next goal of increasing my sales. So now if I look at my first quarter sales for 2023 were just right around $1,000, $998.67. This year, my first quarter sales are more than double, almost $2,200. They've gone up 119% for my first quarter in 2024. So that makes me very happy. And a lot of that has to do with doing 2 markets in the first quarter, but it also leads into one of my next goals, which was increasing my online sales presence. And my online sales for 2024 for the first quarter have been exponentially higher than 2023. As a matter of fact, my online sales for 2023 in that first quarter were almost zero. And this year, I've got over doubled the sales, and most of that doubling is from online sales, like people, strangers ordering from me. So amazing again. So really, really charging forward strong in 2024 with the goals and with the sales. Now, one thing that I also considered to be a a big goal for me for 2024 going into 2025 is to break even. Like everyone knows, everyone hears that when you start a new business, you can expect to have a loss for the first year, 2, 3, up to even 5 years before you really start to turn a profit. So this is on August 1st, it'll be 2 full years in business. So by next year, I'm hoping that I will break even for 2024. And in 2025, I'm really hoping to start turning a real profit and start growing, just, exponentially growing. And so far, I'm on track. I'm doing pretty good as far as my sales versus all of my expenses. So it makes me pretty happy, pretty excited about that. Something else that I mentioned in that video was taking my packaging and my branding up a notch, and I had already started doing that the end of November. So in December, I received an order of customized boxes. I bought them from Jeff Marshall, who works for Customized Boxes, and if I remember, I will leave a link below to the website. He was amazing to work with, very, very quick. Most of these companies, it's shipping included, so and the price was really, really good. And they have sales regularly. So I got some customized boxes, and I have started changing the shape and size of my bars a little bit to fit these boxes because I actually ordered them a little too big by mistake, a little too wide. So I've changed the shape of my bars. My bars are a little bit bigger, which means I did increase the price, but overall, I think customers are getting just that much more product for the price. So I think customers are still coming out ahead. And something actually, too, as an aside to that, I've stopped beveling my soap bars because it takes a lot of time. I don't enjoy doing it. And frankly, I don't think it makes a difference whether the bar is beveled or not. After about 30 seconds in the shower, you don't feel the sharp edges anymore anyway. And since my boxes are my bars are in a box. You can't even see the unbeveled edges anyway. But anyway, I digress. So I have my soaps that are all going into boxes now, except for my Sabbats collection, which are just too tall for the boxes. So it is what it is. That's fine. And yeah, very happy about that. So you'll see on the website, I'm starting to transition over to having more soaps in the larger size in the boxes. So that's good. I'm on track for that. And one of the other things that I did as far as my packaging went is I actually reformulated my lotion recipe to be a really thick, luxurious cream. And I'm using a 4 ounce low profile jar with a white lid for that. So that's what I'm doing there for my lotions and creams. I might still do a really lightweight lotion, but I'm gonna have to find a bottle that I like to put that in. So that's something that, maybe later this year I'll come up with something like that. And yeah, so constantly working on packaging and labeling and such, but really happy with where I'm at with my packaging right now with my creams and my soap bars. So doing well there. Another goal that I had was I was planning to do monthly product releases. But with tax season, because if you've been following me for any length of time at all, you know that I am an accountant by day. And with tax season, it has just been impossible for me to keep up with doing a market in February and March and doing product releases. I just have not had the time. So that's kind of fallen to the wayside a little bit. There was no product release. My product release for March was a bit later than I wanted it to be, and there was no product release at all for April. The May product release will be at the Mom's Market at Averill Creek Winery on May 10th. I will have a couple of soaps that will be released then. One is a lilac bar. I did a restock of Moral Fairies, and then I also did Satsuma or Sointula Satsuma, which is a lovely, delicious, very fruity and sweet orange scent, which is absolutely gorgeous. So both of those will be available at the market on May 10th, just in time for Mother's Day. And then I will also have some bath bombs that are, tailored towards, Mother's Day as well. So they're not specifically part of the product release, but they will be available. So yeah, so doing monthly product releases didn't work out very well for me, so just because of the time of year. So we'll see. We'll see if my June product release um happens. Because for me to release soap June 1st, I really should be making it a couple weeks ago. So we shall see. We shall see what happens there. But yeah, those are those were my main goals in that video. Things that I wanted to do, and I'm really happy with where I am with this business right now. Um, My sales are higher than they were last year for the first 3 months, which is fabulous, especially considering January, February, March are generally the lowest months for a small business because it's, after Christmas, it's winter time. People are really, trying to curb their spending to rebound from all that Christmas spending. So yeah, very happy there. Very happy with my own personal spending of not just, throwing money down here, there, and everywhere for every little thing that I see that I think that I want. So that's good. Yeah. So I'm not sure what else to add to this. I think that things are going really well. I think that there's always room to improve as far as a small business goes. But I'm really looking forward to the way the rest of 2024 pans out. Really looking forward to getting accepted to some of those other markets that I applied for just in the past week. Really, really looking forward to doing a lot more markets in September, October. I really like the fall season. I love Halloween and, Christmas, obviously. So I'm really looking forward to that because I have all kinds of cauldron bath bombs that I can't wait to put together again this year, as well as some other Halloween bath bombs and some soaps. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask below. I don't mind sharing any of my business tips and tricks, places where I source materials or packaging and all that good stuff, I don't mind sharing. Also, too, I meant to say this at the beginning of the video, but I want to say a huge, huge thank you to my patrons. I started a Patreon a couple months ago, and I don't want to say I didn't have high expectations, but like I didn't want to like get my hopes up that, a bajillion people would want to tune in to my Patreon to, pay for my insights, my formulas and such. You know what I mean. But I do have 7 Patreon members, and I'd like to just give an extra special thanks to Darla, Erica, and Linda, who are my soap apprentices, and I very, very much appreciate your support. I hope that I can provide you the kind of content that get you to stick around and enjoy. And again, if you have questions, if you want to know something specific about my business, please feel free to ask. I don't mind answering questions. And specifically too, if you're looking for like the extra heavy duty tips and tricks or any of my formulas that I've formulated myself, they are available over on Patreon at the $5 level. And yeah, that's all I want to say there. I just wanted to give Darla, Erica, and Linda a extra special thanks because it means so much to me. It makes me just giddy with excitement when I see that notification pop up that I have a new Patreon member. Anyway, that's just me. So I think I'm going to end it there. Please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button if you found some value here. And if you don't like my video, please feel free to hit the thumbs down because that is still engagement and I still appreciate you. So, I will be back next week with a new video. I haven't decided what it will be yet. Maybe it'll be a making video for one of the soaps that I made this month for my May release. We shall see. But yeah. If you have any questions, drop them below, and until then, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you.